You budget, you save, you pay bills on time, and you're still losing over $12,000 a decade. Not from one reckless decision, from 7 quiet money mistakes that feel completely responsible. The habits silently keeping you broke aren't the ones anyone warns you about. And the first one is hiding in the account you trust most. Maya always felt responsible for keeping her emergency fund close at hand. Her checking account balance hovered around $5,000, ready for anything life might throw her way. But what she did not realize was that her so-called safety net was quietly shrinking in value, not from withdrawals, but from lost opportunity. The national average for checking account interest is 0.07%. On $5,000, that is barely enough to buy a cup of coffee each year, about $3.50 in interest. Meanwhile, high-yield savings accounts have surged above 4.5% annual percentage yield in 2024. That same $5,000 would bring in $225 a year, compounding over time. Over a decade, that is more than $2,200 left on the table just by letting cash sit in the wrong place. Most people keep their emergency fund in checking for easy access, but easy access can become a trap. When a real emergency hits, a car repair or a medical bill, the money is there, but the years of lost growth are gone for good. Nearly half of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 surprise without reaching for credit. A checking account feels safe, yet it quietly erodes the power of every dollar saved. The fix is simple and takes less than a day. Open a high-yield savings account. Many offer over 4% annual percentage yield. Set up an automatic transfer, even if it is just 10% of each paycheck. Label the account emergency fund. Do not touch. The difference is immediate. Your money starts working for you, not the other way around. Savings should be a launch pad, not a parking lot. Make the move now and start recovering lost ground before the next paycheck arrives. Paying off debt often feels like a battle of momentum versus math. Many people chase quick wins by wiping out their smallest balances first, the so-called snowball method. It is satisfying to cross a loan off the list, but the real cost is hiding in the interest. Reddit threads comparing these strategies are filled with stories of regret, and the numbers back them up. On a typical $15,000 mix of debts, for example, $5,000 at 7%, $5,000 at 12%, and $5,000 at 18%. Choosing the avalanche method, which targets the highest interest debt first, saves around $600 in interest over the life of the loans. That is not just a statistic, it is a vacation, a month of groceries, or a starter investment fund that never materializes if the money goes to the bank instead. Certified financial planners agree. The avalanche approach is the industry standard because it cuts the most expensive debt first. As one certified financial planner puts it, the avalanche approach is the math-based way to get out of debt faster because you are cutting the most expensive debt first. The difference is not just academic. Reddit polls show that 68% of users switch to Avalanche after seeing the math spelled out. The fix is fast and concrete. Export your balances and annual percentage rates into a spreadsheet, reorder them by interest rate, and commit any extra payment to the top of the list. Even a $50 boost each month aimed at the highest rate debt can save hundreds in interest and shave months off your payoff timeline. The next 24 hours are all you need to reorder your debts and start keeping more of your money. Every dollar you save on interest is a dollar you keep for your future. Maya's promotion landed in her inbox with a single line. Congratulations, your new salary takes effect next month. The first reaction was excitement, but the second was familiar. Visions of better dinners, upgraded streaming packages, maybe a bigger apartment. For most people, a raise quietly triggers a wave of new spending. A Fidelity study found that when workers receive a 10% raise, they typically spend 8% of it. Over 10 years, that habit drains away nearly $12,000 in potential compounded growth, money that could have built real security, but instead disappears into daily upgrades that barely register after a few months. The math is simple, but the fix is even easier. Before the first bigger paycheck hits, Maya logs into her payroll portal and sets up an automatic split. Half of every raise goes straight to her high-yield savings and retirement accounts. No decisions, no back and forth. The money moves before it ever touches her checking account. This raise split rule is not just theory, it is backed by real results. At a mid-sized tech firm, employees who use payroll automation to divert even 30% of each raise saw their 401k balances climb 23% in just 6 months. Lifestyle inflation complaints dropped by nearly half. The lesson is clear. The moment a raise arrives is the easiest time to build lasting habits. Automation takes willpower out of the equation. By locking in a 50% split before lifestyle creep can take hold, Maya ensures every future bump in income actually moves her forward. The rest of the raise is still there to enjoy, but now the bigger paychecks translate into real progress instead of just bigger bills. Credit scores are built on trust, but that trust can vanish with one overlooked number, your utilization rate. When balances creep above 30% of your total credit limit, the system reacts fast. A single month above that line can drop your FICO score by 20 to 40 points. That is enough to push a solid borrower into the next risk tier, raising mortgage rates by 0.25% or more. On a $300,000 loan, that adds up to $1,200, sometimes $2,400, over the life of the mortgage. For many, a spike happens without warning. A buy now, pay later plan or a big purchase posts days before payday, and suddenly the utilization gauge flashes red. The fix is as mechanical as checking the oil. Set an alert at 20%. When the warning pings, pay down the balance before the statement closes. Even a small prepayment can keep your score steady and your borrowing costs low. Meanwhile, waiting for the right moment to invest is another silent drain. The S&P 500 average annual return hovers around 7%. Delaying a $5,000 investment by 5 years can cost between $4,000 and $6,000 in lost growth. That is not just theory, it is compounding in action. Micro-investing apps and workplace 401k plans now let anyone start with as little as $25. A certified financial planner says, "Small automatic contributions are the engine of wealth. Start today, even if it is $25. Waiting costs more than you think." Maya sets a utilization alert on her credit card app, then schedules her first $25 transfer into a micro-investing account. Both actions take less than 24 hours, but the impact stretches for years. The score stays strong and compounding begins. No waiting, no guesswork. The next time a raise or a windfall lands, she will have room to build, not just recover. A single forgotten subscription can slip by unnoticed, but the real drain comes from the pile up. According to Just Cancel, the average American spends $219 each month on subscriptions, streaming, apps, meal kits, fitness, cloud storage. Most people guess their total is less than half that. The gap adds up fast. Over a year, that is more than $2,600 that could be building savings, paying down debt, or invested for growth. One subscriber, Sarah, shared her story. She thought she had only 4 active subscriptions, but a tracker app revealed 11. After a 30-day audit, she canceled 6, freeing up over $700 a year. The friction is real. Canceling takes an average of 17 minutes per service, but the payoff is immediate. The pattern does not end with subscriptions. When a bonus or tax refund lands, the first instinct is to celebrate with a treat. That dopamine hit feels like a reward, but research shows it is a trap. Most people spend windfalls within days, missing the chance to build real momentum. Studies from 2022 to 2024 found that people who set aside just 10% of each windfall into a dedicated reward fund increased their overall savings rate by 15 to 20%. The rest of the money stays in play, but now there is a buffer against impulse spending. Progress comes in waves, not all at once. Over a single week, the changes start to stack up. Maya cancels 3 unused subscriptions, sets up a reward fund for her next bonus, and checks off each win on a nightly list. The numbers shift. $60 a month reclaimed, A new savings habit started, and the first real sense that money is finally moving in the right direction. Each small action builds on the last, and the results are visible in just 7 days. Right now, nearly half of millennials report feeling financially behind, often for reasons that never make headlines. The difference isn't knowledge, it's action on the smallest habits. True wealth starts with invisible choices. The next dollar you move could be the turning point. What will you do differently?